What's up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to round 2. I shouldn't say welcome back. Welcome to round 2. We'll go ahead and restart there. Welcome to round 2 for feature matches this past week. We've got Monarchs versus something brand new, Super Quantums. My friend there on the right, Adam, has got his own custom, not really standard, run-of-the-mill Super Quantum builds. It's a little bit of a turbo-esque build. It's got a lot of different archetypes put together in it. It's kind of got that synchro fusionist, hint to it. A lot of innovation put into this build. You'll see basically the basic Super Quantum stuff, but it's got a bit of Formage, Pales, Pepe, if you will, and a little bit of Necroz. It's got a whole lot of different things going on against Monarchs. So what you'll see there, that proxy, that upside down card, is actually a Drone Lock bird. I believe he was letting someone borrow them, or he had not yet got them off somebody that was trading for them that was playing in a round currently while this one was being recorded, so that's why he does not have the actual Drone Lock bird there, but he did end up getting them later anyways, so it is what it is. Drone Lock bird is now in effect. Right here, you wanted to look something up to see whether or not Drone Lock actually stopped stuff from being added to grave to hand, and whether it was just deck, and I believe they ended up finding out that it would only stop adding from deck to hand instead of from grave to hand. So he'll be able to add back the blue layer, I believe, and then we'll activate this field spell card, which I believe allows you to discard any card. I'm not really sure of the stipulation, to basically Ixie summon over top of one of your Super Quantum dudes, and then the blue layer effect will activate, shuffling itself back into the deck. Very good card. It definitely helps to recycle all of your resources just by itself. You like Diagoose Emerald, completely obsolete in this deck as far as your Super Quantum engine. And then as you'll see, he'll have another E-Telly to go grab out the blue layer again, discarding Galaxy Serpent to overlay for the blue layer Super Quantal, which basically can pop spells and traps during the player's turn. And I believe the red layer can pop monsters during the player's turn, but that Stormforth is going to make those effects pretty much irrelevant. Now he's got a Majesty's Fiend on board. Still has that Super Quantal blue layer there. Has a big 2800 defensive wall. Going to normal summon the Gale Dogra, and then quickly realizing that was a bad idea. And just gonna have to pass. I don't actually believe he took his hand off the card. But I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's locals. Sometimes you make those little tiny misplays, and it's not like you're playing in a huge event where you need to, like, have such, strict ruling and rule shark people for things like that. It's like, obviously, I wasn't gonna summon that when, you have a Majesty Fiend on board. I've done that multiple times, and we all make mistakes like that, so he'll get to take it back, but it's not really going to matter too much, since he'll be able to use Erebus's effect to be tribute summoned by tributing a tribute summon monster, i.e. Majesty's Fiend, and then he's going to go into Idea, into Eidos. That Pantheism is going to activate, revealing 3 domains of the Monarchs. He's just going to add one of them to his hand, obviously. Not looking too good for Super Quantums, not being able to pull off too many of their combos with the first turn Drone Lock and then Majesty's Fiend. Following that up, the floodgates are very real, stopping this deck very, very fast. But believe me, if I've got any more footage of this deck that I can show you guys later on in another video, or maybe you'll get to see it in the rest of this video here, you'll get to see really what this build he has can do. And it can do a lot of things other than just summon Super Quantums or their big boss monster. A lot of synchro plays and ritual plays, because he does play a small Necroz engine, and you'll probably get to see that maybe in game 2, because it looks like game 1 is pretty much over at this point. He does have Karaz, Erebus, Domain going to be hindering his plays a whole lot, since this deck relies pretty much a big amount, whole lot of dependency on the extra deck, by being able to go into your basically your win condition, which is the Great Mecha Mangus, Super Quantal, Great Mangus, or whatever it's called. They're basically Towers 2.0, but actually kind of better than Towers, because it also acts as a Mistake and a Castel all in one. It's just way better in every aspect than Towers, and it also has 3600 attack, which is also another thing to take into account. So, like I said, game 1 is pretty much over, and we're gonna move into game 2 here. So hopefully we'll get to see some of this super quantum comboing action. Hopefully it doesn't go first turn. Majesty's Fiend, Domain, Droll and Lockbird, pretty much Monarchs just having to put those floodgates on field, and then it's pretty much autopilot from there. However, sometimes it doesn't always play out that way, and the deck has some other plays, but more often than not, Monarch's win condition is usually the floodgates. As far as Majesty's Fiend, Domain, I know his particular build plays Scolding. You know, if you've got Majesty's Fiend, Domain, and a set Scolding, there isn't really too much your opponent can do in the way of playing, but it is what it is. A lot of people hate on the deck, and I can see why, but I mean, it's not the first time we've seen a deck like this where it's just floodgates. I mean, Cliff Fort was like that. Several other decks throughout this game's history have been like that. So, as you can see, just like that, he's got Clearwing, Red Layer, and Skullcrobat Joker on his field, and he has Brilliant Fusion, and Lizard Draw, and Monkey Board. Draws into Colossalus. Gonna pitch that to go search a Necroz spell or trap. Still no trap was ever created for Necroz. That's very, very interesting. Maybe someday we'll get a trap, because Colossus does say it can search a spell or trap. Very interesting that they never ended up making a trap, or at least not yet. So you'll actually get to see all parts of the engine there. You got to see Quantums, the Synchro aspect of it, the Necroz aspect of it, the Gem Knight aspect of it, which I mean, I don't think you could really call it a huge Gem Knight aspect. A whole lot of decks are playing the Brilliant Fusion engine, Synchro Fusionist being one of them, as kind of their main go-to plays to generate more combos, and basically a lot of decks are using that card to basically generate more combos on top of the combos that they already have, by way of that extra normal summon and sending key cards to the grave. But now that Damage Juggler is banned, kind of makes the card less viable, but still viable nonetheless. Stormforth getting rid of Clearwing. Obviously, Clearwing being one of the big hindrances that Monarchs would have to deal with. But of course, Stormforth will be able to get rid of it no problem. Erebus shuffling back one of the cards in his hand back to the deck. Decide on what to swing over. He'll swing over the Red Layer. I believe Red Layer will activate an effect when it's sent to the grave. Or maybe it is not an opportune time to do so. I'm not entirely familiar on all of their effects. However, I know that the Blue Layer, when it's sent to the grave, can shuffle itself and then so many other Super Quantums back into the deck, or Super Quantals, or Quant monsters, if you will, back into the deck, kind of acting like a Daigusta Emerald or Pot of Avarice. So we've got the Red Layer, or not Red Layer, we got the Green Layer, and we've also got the White Layer coming out. I believe the White Layer has an interesting effect, a unique effect, where it can basically act like Spellbook Library of the Crescents, where you get to reveal 3, and your opponent gets to choose at random. One of them goes to your hand. But looks like game 2 is going to end there. Not enough cards, basically on the side of the Super Quantum's field. Not enough plays to go into, and obviously not enough advantage going into that second game. Just getting outpaced by Monarchs, not being able to have what it takes to out that field, and looks like it's just going to be scoop time. There anyways, as you can see, sided double Twin Twister, double Maxi Raigeki, seeing one of those sided cards. And that is going to wrap it up for this match, Super Quantums versus Monarchs. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary a whole lot. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see too much of that Super Quantum Turbo build. Maybe if I can, I'll get a DN deck profile of that soon. I doubt I'll be able to get a IRL deck profile to you guys until like the end of the week or the weekend. But maybe a DN deck profile will suffice. Monarchs taking the win in round 2. So yeah, I think round 3 we'll see me playing again. More Atlanteans versus Pepe. Or no, I think I play against this deck. I play against Super Quantums. So next, round 3 should be Atlanteans versus Super Quantums, unless I'm thinking of it incorrectly, but I'm 90% positive. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Leave your comments and thoughts down in the comment section below. Yeah, and what you guys think of that Super Quantum deck. I think it's pretty interesting. What do you guys think about the archetype in general? I think the fact that it has access to Towers 2.0 is absolutely nuts. Even better than Towers. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And as always, Winter Kills signing out. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks so much for watching.